I sat in my car outside James' apartment, gripping the steering wheel tightly. My heart was racing, and I took a deep breath, trying to calm myself. James had sounded so serious when he asked me to come over tonight. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. I loved James deeply, and when he proposed, I felt like the luckiest woman in the world. Mia and Oliver adored him too, and it seemed like everything was finally falling into place for us. But now, with the weight of James' serious tone hanging over me, I felt a wave of anxiety wash over me. Walking up the stairs to his apartment, I replayed our moments together in my mind. The kids' laughter as James chased them around the park, his gentle way of tucking them into bed with a story, and the warmth of our shared dreams for the future. I knocked on the door and James opened it with a nervous smile. "Hey," he greeted, his voice wavering slightly. "Hey," I replied, stepping inside and feeling the tension in the air. We sat on the couch, the silence between us growing heavy. Finally, James took my hand in his and looked into my eyes. "Emma," he began, "there's something I need to talk to you about." My heart sank. "What is it, James?" "You're scaring me," he sighed, looking pained. "I love you more than anything, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But I've been thinking a lot about what that means, especially with Mia and Oliver. I'm not sure I'm ready to be a full-time parent to them." I felt a lump form in my throat. "James, what are you saying? You knew about my kids from the beginning. How can you say this now?" James looked down, guilt etched across his face. "I know, and I don't want to back out of our relationship. I just need to be honest with you. I'm afraid that I might not be the stepfather they need. I don't want to disappoint you or them. And, to be honest, I've been feeling a lot of pressure from my friends. They're all single, living carefree lives, and they keep telling me how much I'm giving up by stepping into a ready-made family. It's been getting to me more than I thought it would." Tears welled up in my eyes, and I took a deep breath to steady myself. "James, I understand this is overwhelming. But Mia and Oliver have already started to get attached to you. We need to find a solution together." We sat in silence for a few moments, the weight of the situation hanging between us. My mind raced, thinking about my children and their happiness, about James and his fears. I knew I had to find a way to make this work. "What if we took things slower?" I suggested, my voice softer. "Maybe you don't need to be a full-time parent right away. We can figure out a way for you to ease into the role. Spend more time with the kids, but on your own terms. And maybe we can look for support together, like talking to a family counselor or joining a support group for blended families. That way, you won't feel so alone in this." James looked at me, relief washing over his face. "You'd be okay with that?" I nodded, feeling a glimmer of hope. "Yes, if it means we can make this work. I don't want to force you into something you're not ready for. Let's take it one step at a time. We can start by having you spend more individual time with the kids, so you can build your own bond with them. And we can set aside regular time for us to talk about how things are going and adjust our approach as needed." James pulled me into a hug, and I felt the tension between us start to melt away. "Thank you, Emma. I want to be there for you and the kids. I just need some time to adjust and not feel like I'm losing myself in the process." I smiled through my tears. "We'll figure it out together. As long as we communicate and support each other, I believe we can make this work." Holding onto each other, I felt the strength of our love and our commitment to finding a path forward. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but with patience, understanding, and the right steps, we would navigate this new chapter in our lives, one step at a time.